A good day, everyone. Welcome into Flying with Mike. We sit on the ramp in Houston, Texas, where we left off. I was close in where we parked in that flight, just not close enough. It's one of those almosts, but the grenade would have went off anyway. But anyway, we are parked here, getting ready to fly. It's actually a real-world flight from Houston to Fort Worth, not Dallas, Fort Worth Alliance Airport. We're flying it in the newly updated 767 freighter. You can get it if you're on Twitch here at the link in chat. Also, ! 767 will get it. If not, talk to me on chat in Discord or text me, and I will show you the link and how to get a hold of it. So welcome aboard. Houston to Fort Worth. All right, in the background noise there, and I know I've kept it kind of low, you can kind of hear the loading going on. It's a combination. Standby. Sorry about that, didn't want to cough in your ears. It's a combination of people loading and cargo loading. Yeah, I know, they think it's a combi, but anyway, hey, who knows? But I can tell you this, when that sound stops, that is one of the couple of indicators to let you know you are loaded. So we're getting the plane ready to go as we speak. So, matter of fact, I think it might have just loaded. Let's get inside. All right, so there you have it, the 767-300 freighter's cockpit. Nope, we're still loading. Okay, the other key indications, I'll just go through them right now. Oh, it just went out. Load will go away right up here. Now, I intentionally showed this at the beginning to get it loading. We are currently going to run with 11 pallets, no cargo weight, meaning no extra. And I probably could have put a couple of 100 pounds. I don't know if it'll take it, but I probably could have. But we're pretty good right where we're at. We're running 11 pallets, 9,800 pounds each pallet. So when you load this plane, make sure to understand pallet number is the number of pallets going in. Cargo weight is not the cargo weight. Not, let me reemphasize, not the weight of those pallets. The pallets by Flight Factor are standard weight. Each one is 9,800 pounds. So figure up your payload, divide it by 9,800, load it, and adjust as needed with the cargo weight to get to your zero, to what SimBrief or whatever you use, zero fuel weight. And then, of course, you can see 26,162 pounds sit in the wings. All right, so where did we, I mentioned it, but where did we get all of this lovely information? Well, we got it from SimBrief. Unfortunately, I don't want to go through setting up a window and all of that for SimBrief. So what I'll do is just use Aviation and give you the basic numbers. And that's right over here on this little icon. Of course, get all of this going. Come over here. Desktop Pilot Society, we say that all the time about you and the 737. But who in their right mind would give me the keys to the 767? Got a little secret for you. There are no keys. Ho, ho, ho. Anyway, hey, welcome aboard, sir. Welcome in. Glad to have you aboard. All right, so there you have the flight. Folks, this is short. We actually were thinking of trying to go to Austin, which is even shorter. Mainly to test a couple things, and the test failed, actually. By that, I mean, and if there is anyone out there in the stream or watching this video from FedEx Express Virtual, when you remove the XUIPC folder from here, the operator's name over at X-Planes believed, I can confirm for them, the XPIUPC is one of those culprits not playing nicely with your SDK, and only to the effect that if you switch liveries, switch aircraft, in my case, well, both were my case, it crashes to desktop. Removing it, everything worked fine. FedEx Express Virtual, I call you out because your ACAR system, phenomenal ACAR system, unfortunately requires that. So, if you want full carte blanche of X-Plane 12, you got to remove that and only put it in when you're flying for FedEx. And I don't know the fix for you guys, sorry. Because I know the program you run off of. I've had VAs run off the original version of that program, and yeah, it's going to be a pain in the butt. So I wanted to get that out there. That was going to be, and basically all it was fire the plane up, fire the ACARs, and it said it didn't connect. So if they don't connect, they're not going to report. So again, I'm nothing against FedEx Express Virtual and nothing against X-Plane. That is the world we're in right now with X-Plane. And because I just watched a video, within the last 30, 45 minutes, what we can start to expect, or what are we looking forward to in X-Plane 12. What are we in? Hang on a second. Let me get it right. 4 point. Wait a minute. Something's not right here. Anyway, the next release coming out. And I am really kind of curious. I don't remember. What the heck did it say it was? Hang on, let me look on my phone. It makes it easy. Coming to X-Plane 12.5.0. So does that mean there's no more betas coming for 4.0? Because we're at 4.3 right now? I don't know. But when 5.0 releases, it's going to be fun to watch, especially some Nimbus customers, because they're releasing an enhanced JFK. But there's also a lot of flight dynamics, atmospheric dynamics being included, helicopter jockeys out there. Supposedly this one's also for you. They've done a lot of looking into the dynamics of helicopter flying and all. So if you like helicopters, get ready for 5.0 when it comes out. So, but anyway, I just wanted to throw that out. But yeah, if you're with FedEx Express Virtual, you're gonna need that XUIPC folder in your plugins to be able to connect to ACARS. Anything else, you probably can get away with moving it into a folder not needed, not used, whatever. Something that it won't have a clue what's in it. Until, of course, their SDK picks up on it. But anyway, I hope that doesn't happen. So, but I can confirm, because I could not get the ACARS to connect. Today it is connected because that folder is in the plugins. So, all right, so let's take a look. It's a 47-minute hop, 265 miles, and we're going to try to do it at flight level 280. I don't think ATC is up. We'll double check. Having problems with VATSIM, so I'll have to utilize other tools. Oh yeah, and I'll show the other tool that we found on our last flight. Check it out in our last stream. So, but there's the route. Very simple, very easy to load. And sorry about that, folks. Get going. It's just, all you got to do is put the fixed CRIDE in. Boom, and then put your departure, Beltway 7, arrival, Rico 3. And of course, choose your runway. Something I learned last flight, I've been probably using Elevatech now fully, since the beginning of the year when 4.0 came out? Maybe earlier? Anyway, if you come over here, you can scroll and get CTAF. Let's try it out. Well, look at that, 125.350 we'll have to set. Top of descent, all of that right here. So besides your DATC, ATIS, and MACAIR. I thought that was pretty cool to point out. All right, with that, let me get connected here. Uh-oh, hang on a second. Oh, I got to make a flight plan. You know, that always helps. I said pre-file. Oh, there we go. La, 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 la. All right, we're going to go a little later than that. And what kind of nav systems are we gonna have? Okay, and we'll go with a 75 RVR. Everything else looks good. File it. Not in file 13. Or the circular filing cap. Ooh, I did that wrong. Stand by. I did that wrong. Filing it correctly this time. And we just got our ATIS, or not our ATIS, our squawk code 6753. Okay, there's that. We'll move that up one more notch. Oh, while we're here, we made mention of a CTAF. Well, we'll verify. Let's do that. .ctaf KIAH. Survey says 125.300. Let's see if the two match. And they do. 125, 350. Okay. It's 125, 350. I could have gone either way. 350, right? Not 355. They like to be tricky like that. Okay, we're set to go when we're ready. All right, so we're online. Hey, welcome aboard, XP12.4.3. Love. Mike to AGT. Yes, yes. Not sure what that means, but yes, yes, we'll take. But anyway, hey, welcome aboard. Day after my 34th anniversary with the missus, and we're off to the Dallas-Fort Worth area, particular Fort Worth. All right, let's get into it, shall we? All right, as you can obviously tell, we are powered up. We are now loaded. And with what? We haven't figured out yet. All right, let's go to the init page. And zero fuel weight, 30508. Hang on a second. Let's get the plug-in up here, because I forgot what it was. 305.8. All right. By the way, you can get that from plugins or right over here by your knee. Okay, when the chair's rolled up, might be your butt, but you know, hey, let's be respectful. All right, so 26.2 is in the fuel tanks, 308.8, 13 for the reserve. We're planning 28,000.80. Let's go to takeoff. And let's put the CG in there. And now I'm going back to SimBrief. I should have done something first. Hang on. There we go. Now we can do this. The only bad thing, if you want to get as particular as you can, you have to use the performance and tools section on the left-hand side. We're taking off 15 left, no restrictions. So we're full length. And dun, 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 dun. Okay. Well, let's double check that real quick. Real world 15. Yeah, we're no intersection departures. Okay. Just checking it. All right. Where'd it go? There it is. Okay, we're looking at flaps 5. We'll get to that in a minute. We're derating the takeoff. Let's go to page 2 first. Runways winds are currently being reported. Where's weather? 140 at 3. Oh, and by the way, one of the things they mentioned in XP12.4.3, the crosswind componenting is going to be more realistic along, and they're improving, maybe the better word is improving the crosswind and wake turbulence effects. So little plane pilots, you're not going to enjoy the crosswinds. You're going to enjoy them maybe more, but some are going to probably hate them more. Kind of see how that plays out. Down, so D 0.1. And outside temperature is already 33 degrees Celsius. Ooh. Brutal day down there in Houston. But then again, summertime is usually... Whoop. No, I want to go T. Well, let me try that. D. Oh, I can't. Oh, I got to put the number in. Okay. Oh, what are we setting it to? FOD in 9 degrees Celsius / DTO2. Now, it only says TO. Will show you, if I remember, where you can make that change at, and we're going out of here. Flaps 5. Flaps 5. Turn the QRH on, and we see our speeds, which 149, 156, 160. Oh, what the heck? 156 and 160. All right, there's our V speeds. That means we're about ready to push back and go. I can already hear, pick up your jaws. Come on, pick them up. All right, let's finish up a couple things here. Let's look outside again, see what's surrounding us. All right, so we are loaded. So let's go up here. I'm going to go from the plug-in, select ground, and then we've got them all here. So we need chalk stairs. We'll keep the, get rid of the LSU, the Fool truck, load a unit. We'll go to airplane, deplane. All right, we'll get in the cockpit. We're going to fire up the APU. And I think the APU, for the most part, fires up pretty decently. I don't think it's too slow, too fast. Well, let's be honest. I don't know real world speeds on them. I know we have had and may still have some real world 767 pilots on the stream. Oh, they definitely do, some of them. I mean, in literally a blink of an eye, we were at 100% RPM. So yeah, that's a little fast. But now it seems to be in a better place. And it would work fine in the 737-300ER, but the rest were like EOR and just blink of an eye, or, I mean, literally a blink of an eye and poof, we're at 100. So here, it took a couple blinks, okay? Okay, so we're at 100%, 640. All right, we can come off external power. I recommend turning it off here first. Let it go through the gyrations of switching over from the external power onto the internal power. Then go for the removal. Why? In this airplane, I believe, well, this and the rotate, I have actually run into where it's either cleared everything out of the FMC that you did, or made you think it did. Either way, depending how long the flight is, could be very gut-wrenching jars to the pilot, especially if you're doing, say, Frankfurt to Singapore. Although the 767 will not be able to do that run, the MD-11 probably could. All right, so you can see what we're left with. We can get rid of the air conditioner as well. Why? Because I'm going to kick the APU bleed on, and then the packs. Now you're going to notice they're very similar. The 757 from Flight Factor panel, 767 panel that you see here. They are. However, there are some little nuanced differences, not much, but there are some. Um, so yeah, it makes it kind of easy to go between the planes and get the job done. Let me take a look outside one more time. Should only be chocks and the main door open. One last thing here. Requirements to load the plane. Now, some people, aren't pleased that we have to do this. But when you think about it in the real world, it is that way. Last I checked, you can't load the aircraft without an aircraft loader, and more importantly, the door open. It'll just hit the door, and then you got to get the mechanic out to check it. So you have to have, obviously, the fuel truck to put fuel on. Those LSU, those luggage loaders over here, they have to be on. The doors for both the cargo and the baggage holds, there is, by the way, one over here, have to be open. The cargo loader and the main door open, stairs and the passenger door open, all have to be there. If not, believe it or not, it will tell you. Now, I'm not going to mess with it, but it would say you need this on it. By the way, I think it's a standard 2-man crew, but they may have 3. I forget how they work the weight out for that. All right, I'm going to go ahead and close the main door. And what I like, now here's what I'll do. Now that I got it closed, I'm going to go down here and close all. Just in case somewhere along the line something else opens when you hit an open all, because I'll hit open all. Okay, and now that that door is closed, I will remove the stairs. So all that is left is the chocks. We'll come back to that once we're ready to push. All right. So I wanted to go through that just so you know. Also, again, remember each pallet you put in that diagram is 9,800 pounds. You can't change that. So it is what it is. Mike to AGT. Where is AGT? We'll have to look it up. Maybe he's saying an airport. Okay, let's get this bird ready to rock it and roll it. Oh, that ought to be it. Oh, you know what? I am just going to... I'm going to stop it. Hang on a second, folks. I'm going to reset here. All right, we are in KIAH, going to KAFW, and starting. Okay, I think that'll be a lot better and less chance of them potentially throwing a curve at me and denying it. Oh, excuse me. I try to catch them, but boy, sometimes they come out of the air. All right, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people flying with virtual FedEx Express Virtual. And if you're interested, just go over to www.fedex, www.Fox Delta X-Ray Victor Alpha, FDXVA.org. And you'll be amazed at, what they have available for us. And I've been with them nearly over 10 years. They are a great VA. I've been pretty much one of their start pilots. I know they were running before me, but been here most of that time, and I have enjoyed it. Oh, we've clashed a couple times, but the clashing isn't like titans coming together and the earth being, no, it's just been, of course, reset my mind, but really it's an easy VA to fly with, great people at the helm, the software constantly being updated. Matter of fact, FedEx Express virtual pilots might be watching. Don't forget, we have there's a system upgrade coming this week. So check, be ready for that. And hopefully it doesn't catch you. So, but they are constantly updating, keeping it as fresh as possible. All right, speed 170, and we're on 150 left for departure. So that means a heading of 149. And top altitude on this departure, the Beltway 7 is 16,000. But without ATC, we'll double check. We're going to 28. All right, let me just run through real quick, make sure nothing was missed. And I think we're ready to go. Call that pushback tug.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I want to go to Fort Worth.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
All right, now I will reach over and turn off the chocks. All right, game plan today is we're going to come out of here
all doors and
onto
hatches are
Whiskey
closed.
Alpha, taxi all the way down to Whiskey, and head on out. Is that our go to go? Nope. So anyway, welcome aboard. Thank you for coming aboard with Flying with Mike, and hope you enjoy the flight up to Fort Worth. And I screwed up. Doggone it.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Hang on a second. There you go. All right. Parking brake released.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Houston traffic, Western Global 618 Heavy, over at the East Cargo parking, taxiing to 15 left via Echo Bravo, November Bravo, for Houston traffic.
Okay, time to fire it up. All right, packs off. Get that pressure built up. Fuel pumps on. Beacons on. Oh, wait. Okay, here we go.
And Houston traffic, United 2231 is departing 15 left. I'll be at the mugs for departure to the southeast, Houston traffic. Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
All right, looks like number 1 is stable. Nope, not yet.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
All right, there goes the United that we heard taking off. There goes our tug. All right, there's the pins. We're cleared and should be good to do what we need to do once we're stable here. Okay. ACARS is running and verified.
Houston traffic, United 2231, climbing through 2,500 on the mugs for departure, Houston traffic.
Okay, got everything squared up here. All right, engines are running. Okay, so let's run that after start. Okay, after start, parking brake set, tow vehicles away, left and right engine hydraulics on, all switches on, and auto for the demands. Anti-ice not required, left and right engine bleeds are on, APU bleed off, packs back on. APU generator, well actually, yeah. These gen connects right here, that's what was doing the switch over from APU generator to engine generators. And don't lift the covers and mess right here. If you do, you disconnect them, meaning you got to shut the engine down, do maintenance, bring it back up to go. Little bit of a pain in the you-know-what. Okay, we're ready just about. Let's see, before taxi, auto brakes. Auto brakes set to reject. Altimeters, double check here. Since I set up at the beginning here, it's now 30:06. We're still there. And flight directors are on. MCP is set. Stave trim. $4.3. We'll buy it. And flaps 5. Finishing it up. Radar we'll worry about in a few. And set to map 20 and excuse me. All right, flight controls being checked. And then we'll be ready to taxi. At the amount of time it's been, we should have Western in front of us. Hang on a second, folks.
Houston traffic, Western Global 618 Heavy, landing up runway 15 left, departing on the Bandito 6 departure to the west. For Houston traffic.
Now, Houston Intercontinental traffic, FedEx 811 heavy taxiing out of FedEx, 415 left on Whiskey Alpha. Maybe. Okay, I may not be able to go out to Whiskey Alpha. That's okay. We'll go down Whiskey Romeo. So, I hope you've all...
Traffic, Western Global 618 Heavy is clear of 15 left, climbing through 2,900, last call, Houston traffic.
Anyway, hope you've all had a great week, ready for the new week to get underway here, and hope it's a good one for you. Like I said, we just wrapped up our 34th wedding anniversary last night with a great dinner, great time, great day actually. Visited the aquarium here, just a fun time, just me and her, and glad for the 34 years. It has been, you know, as you would expect. We've had some good, we've had some bad, but the good always outweigh the bad, and just always a blessing in my life is my wife. All right. Also, to those students out there, your summer is beginning to wind down. Are you looking forward to getting back in the classroom or not? Not really sure where United's going. We'll find out here in a second. Using Unicom instead of CTAF. Okay, final checks. Okay, we're ready to go. Houston traffic, FedEx 811 heavy, lining up and waiting, 15 left. Okay. Speed brakes off, runway, nose, MCP. Need to get that on. LNAV, VNAV, and activate the arm the auto throttle. Okay, lights are all on, speed set, let's go. Houston traffic, FedEx 811 heavy, rolling, 15 left, departure to the Beltway 7. Okay, airspeed's alive. Did not do that TO2. Dang it. Okay, there's 80 knots. Okay, 100. V1. Rotate. Gears coming up. Basically, it's clicking TO and then whichever one and 2. Okay, we're on the autopilot. Flaps 1. Houston traffic, FedEx 811 heavy out of your area. Have a good day. Flaps up. All right, let's make our first turn, 090. At the same time, we'll turn the weather radar on. All right, now we'll go 360. And there's the airport right up there in the, right up here that we just departed. Okay, we're coming upon 10,000, so we'll start turning the lights off. Okay. Now we'll go direct, is it Dreamer? Wow. streamer. Okay, we're direct and we're going to set a little bit of range here. Okay, we're on our way, Beltway. And then Cried, and Cried is our initial descent or star fix into Alliance. So I hope you enjoy it. Like I said, this will be a short flight. We're already airborne and not even, well, we're just shy of the 1 hour mark. So hope you enjoyed that. By no means is this meant to have ever been a tutorial. So just some fun. Okay, and here comes 18,000. The bad thing is we do not have a standard button on this older plane. Yeah, these are, they've been around quite a while, folks. I can remember them, well, I'll tell you it this way. When I was in the Air Force in the 80s, we had an emergency on a 767. So that gives you an idea how far back these guys go. Yeah. One of the landing gear didn't come down. So they opted for Scott and were given the permission. Yes, back then, a whole different day flying into a military base. But TWA brought it in and flew it in, and great job pilots did. 203 souls, 14, 13 souls, something like that on board. Yeah, pretty, could have been bad, but again, good crew, good landing, and just a couple cuts and scrapes. So an emergency I dispatched. At the time was on light duty for surgery I'd had, and oh, I wanted to see that so much. Thought I would, but then right when it was ready to land, it got busy. Go figure. But anyway, now if I was dispatching it today, yeah, of course I'd have seen it. It'd been on cameras and everything. So, at least one, if not 10. But, so yeah, this is an older airliner. The 757 is equally in the same ballpark. I want to say they were around same time frame with TWA, and still in service, I believe, with Delta. I know a lot of airlines have put them to pasture here lately because they are breaking quite a bit. But not to say other airlines aren't picking them up. So I don't know, where they actually stand. But I think Delta has them. I think United may still have them. American shelved them. That's about all I would know. So anyway, we're on our way. We're through 24,000 on up to 28, and we'll see how long we hang at 28, because I think this is going to be an up and a down. Matter of fact, if we had Houston Center, he may have held our climb up. He or she, I should say, to be more respectful. Now, I can hear some out there, other than those that live in Fort Worth and know, that even follow aircraft. Why are we going to Fort Worth instead of Dallas? Really, it boils down to this. That's a FedEx regional hub. What that means is, we're at coming up on top of climb. FedEx has the main hub, we all know it, Memphis. Well, they also have Indianapolis. They also have Newark and Oakland as hubs as well. Oh, don't let me forget Miami. But actually, the regional is Fort Lauderdale, unless they finally moved it. Either way, I forget. But anyway, these regional hubs are just that. The aircraft come in by day and disperse out to be at their destinations for the following morning. So, and they do some night as well. So, they're another way to help distribute all of this cargo and stuff they had. How I know this, back in the 90s when I was a truck driver, I actually drove air freight. Not in a plane, 18-wheeler. Back then, they asked me to keep it quiet. Why? Because I was hauling, literally, you could have sent something via one of the big air freight companies. Back then it was Emery, DHL, FedEx, UPS. I'm trying to think of the other one. Or was there another one? Oh, Airborne Express. You could literally send that widget from, we'll just say where I was, Des Moines, to Toledo. Now, if it was next day freight, it would go by plane. If it was 2-day freight, it would go by truck. And that's why back then, when all of this was ramping up and getting more and more sophisticated, they asked me to keep quiet so people, didn't realize they're paying a hefty price for a spot in a trailer. Today it's known, it's very well known. Okay, we've leveled off. see where top of descent actually shows. 49 mile. Okay, hang on a second. Do we have any altitudes? No. Great. Okay. Okay. Well, we get to improvise. Is there any in the instructions? I really don't like that it's really left now up to ATC how we descend. Oh, we got an altitude disagree. What that means is the altitude on the captain's side is different than, by altitude, I mean barometric setting, your altimeter setting, than what's over here. To relieve it, all we do is click or set one of the two, and there you have it. Looks like a pretty decent day so far out here. Hang on a second, where is, there it is. Little Rock approaches up. Wow. Not going to affect us, but interesting. Don't usually see them. Really tell. Is Miami Center online or just approach? Or one of the approaches? Huh. Pretty quiet right now across the country if you're wanting to fly without controllers on VATSIM. I'm going to go ahead and set up. All right, we're starting our way down. So we'll be into Dallas, Fort Worth, or I'm sorry, Alliance, Fort Worth Alliance here in a few minutes. So put your predictions in. Actually, I don't know if they'll take. Hang on, I'm just looking at everything. What is not working right? Okay, sorry folks, I got quiet there. I was trying to figure out how to fix a little problem I've been having here of late. And I don't know how, so I'll have to look into that here. Curiosity if I screwed something else up. I did. Okay. Alrighty, well, we'll try to get that fixed so it's working right. I don't know why Elevatech lost connection to the stream, but for some reason it did. And I don't know where it lost it. Oh well, we'll fix it later. Okay, so we're coming in. Where are we? We're headed to SWA, and we'll worry about the other issue here shortly. Okay, we are now headed to SCOPS. And then we will head for our approach. Okay, coming on 11,000 here in a minute. And we will begin our northward turn here. Okay, there's that lake. All right, on my chart, and just get a little further along here in the parallel. Airport's about 35-40 miles in this general direction, if you can see the arrow bouncing. Okay. Okay, so we need $340. That could be the airport right there. Take a look at it again. Oh yeah, that is not it. Nope. I'm not really sure what airport that was. Possibly, might be the Naval Air Station, Fort Worth. Kind of looks like that. Yeah, the hard stands and all. Yeah, that could be. So, but anyway, fun fact, if you all can fact check me, the old Constellation factory was there. I think no, not Constellation. Hang on a second. Convair. For the old P30 or B-36 Peacemakers, one of the largest bombers ever built. can see it in Strategic Air Command. All right, let's see what we can see off the nose now. Yeah, believe it or not, we're still kind of gonna get, that's Fort Worth, Kenneth Copeland right there. We're getting close to being a beam. Kind of took us out a little too far, so I may bring us in. Let's well, we'll just hang here because we're going to be making the turn for the ILS here in a minute anyway. Okay, let's get down here. Whoops. ILS frequency is 110. One five, my bad. 166. Okay, just a couple more miles and we'll turn for the ILS. I made mention of this in the stream that we did a couple days, last stream. Make sure to go and check your updaters, both Skunkcraft and the one for Flight Factor. They are updates for both out there. If you don't do this regularly, updates for TOLUS, for the Flight Factor aircraft, for the MD-11s, if you have it, the Fearless, we mentioned that on the last stream. All updates are out there. Even the RJ that we fly, the BAE 146. Head over and check them out. All right, time to go for the ILS. Okay, we're getting close. I'd say put your predictions in, but like I said, something's up with that. I don't know what's wrong. We'll get that corrected here shortly. Oh, off stream. So. Totally not. Hey, thank you for the follow a couple days ago. Somehow I missed that. Not sure how. But thank you for the follow. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. Okay. Approach mode activated. We're gonna go ahead and begin to slow up. Okay. Oh, I got an airport in sight. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this. Like I said, sorry it's such a short flight, but partially a test flight, but most of it is already tested positive. Just when, if you're flying X-plane and you read through that the XP folder, remove it from your plugins, just realize your FedEx Express ACARs will not work. If you're with FedEx Express Virtual, the ACARs will not connect. You gotta have that folder. Now, will it crash to desktop your sim like it did all the others that were in there? No. That I can tell you it will not, because the 747 was flown without it. Hey, we got 3 green. Flaps are now at 20. And so, yeah, just be mindful of that. Yeah, Fort Worth Alliance area traffic, FedEx 811 heavy. About a 5-mile final for 1-6 left. Okay, plane is mine. Flaps are now 30. Get those spoilers tapped to make sure they're armed. Ooh. Nice nose up there, airplane. Okay, we'll be landing.
Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Don't even want to know. And Alliance traffic, FedEx 811 heavy off 1-6 left to the FedEx ramp. All right, and last but not least, transponder to out on, which is still green. And we got a little ATR action right off our wing here. All right, we're gonna go find us a parking spot. Believe it or not, this is a real world FedEx flight, 1465. It's Airbus 300 or 767. So, and they fly it up here, or they'll send it to Indianapolis. Actually, I didn't check those, but Indianapolis and, of course, the super hub, Memphis. Now, let's go ahead, park it right here, number 17. All right, so we're ready to shut her down. All right, and shut down. Okay, let me get the fuel pumps turned off. And we are good to disembark. So that means we need some chocks. Staircase. Go ahead, bring the GPU and the ACU out. We'll go ahead, get everything else. There you have it. And then we can go back to ground. Plane is loaded and unload. All right, welcome in. Let's see just how horrible that was. They're saying 172. I would like to say, I know 6 feet per minute is not, we must have bounced. All right, let's see how bad Elevatech got us. Maybe. Why didn't it complete the flight? That's weird. Are we at the right airport? Bounce, never. Oh, I never bounce. All right, let's see how we did here. Didn't record anything. What? Well, we're gonna just have to go with FedEx. That's weird. A lot of weirdness going on here lately. All right. Hey, welcome in, though, Hawker. I hope you enjoy. So there it is, the Flight Factor 767 back in Fort Worth. Couple of streams now with FedEx. We've started from here. We went down to Mexico, came up to Houston, and now we're back. So we'll see where we can go from here. But anyway, for today, that will wrap it up. Let me get rid of Elevatech in more ways than one. I hope you enjoyed. Yes, it was yard work time. Oh, man. See ya, Hawk. Appreciate you stopping by, and good luck on that yard. Did mine yesterday. So, and it was hot then, so I can't imagine a day later. So, y'all have a fantastic day. We will see you on the next flight. Not sure where it'll be to, but you never know. If you follow us, click that follow button. You'll get an email when we go live. This was just out of the blue, like the sky. And if you click subscribe, the notifications and thumbs up, well, the thumbs up's your call. But if you click subscribe and thumbs up on YouTube, you'll get notified when a video releases. So I'd love to have you in the family. So enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you on the next string. God bless.